This is Aaron Harold Kleiber, and you're listening to the Poor Man's Podcast.
Hey everyone, it is Liz from Stuff to Do in Pittsburgh, and we are back again this week to give you some of our favorite events happening this weekend in Pittsburgh. Now, love is officially in the air because we have tons of Valentine's Day events this weekend happening in Pittsburgh. Starting with singles only, this one is an anti-Valentine's Day event. There is going to be Valentine's Day themed drinks, awesome photo opportunities, and some single people. So everybody who is single, head on down this weekend and maybe you'll meet someone. If that's not your vibe, don't worry, because Jurassic Quest is also happening this weekend and this weekend only. So you get to see world famous life-size dinosaurs that are painted and animated. It's going to be amazing. Ride a dino, explore the bounce houses, create a dino craft, dig for fossils, and so much more. So grab the kiddos and head on down there today. If you still want to feel the love vibe, don't worry, we have tons of those. There's some Valentine's Day markets happening, and don't forget the Super Bowl is happening this weekend. And of course, we have some watch parties like the big game watch party happening at Blue Sky Kitchen. They'll be showing off the game, they'll be having a buffet style dinner, and you get one free drink with your ticket. And of course, you know, the bar is open, help yourself to more, but you can't beat it. If you're looking for more love-filled events or more places that you want to watch the game this weekend, head to our weekend guide. We have tickets, we have links, and we have all the stuff that you are looking for. Thanks, guys. Have a great week.
Well, there you have it. The wonderful ladies from Stuff to Do in Pittsburgh. I believe that's Liz. Liz has been taking over.
She's killing it, bro.
She is, man.
Always.
She's such a pro. Every single week, she always has the best events. But right now, I am so excited to finally get the opportunity to meet Chef Ryan Peters. Chef, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you guys?
It's wonderful. It's wonderful to have you here.
You know what it is? You know what it is to have him here, Chris?
Huh?
You know
what is it?
It's
Surprise.
Is it?
Yeah.
Surprise.
What does Shay think about it? Do we know what Shay?
Yeah.
Is Shay excited?
Hell yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, good. We're glad to hear that Shay's at least on board with the guests this week.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I'm absolutely excited to have him here. Your videos on TikTok are what I first saw for you, and it's so cool. I work in I guess we all have worked in restaurants at least at some point, and I love seeing food and things like that, and the way you mix it with, you know, sports and things like that, and really makes it interesting for anybody watching, really. So,
I mean, I'm glad you think so, because I'm kind of like not over it at this point, but it's I do it every day. It only, it kind of wears off, but yeah, people tend to love it.
Yeah, I think it's super cool. How have you grown up in Pittsburgh your whole life? Or?
No, so I'm originally from like an hour outside of Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
And then kind of worked all over the country in different restaurants, and then moved to Pittsburgh for the first time like 7 years ago.
Okay.
He's almost the answer.
Yeah, I mean, I consider Pittsburgh home at this point,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a Steelers or an Eagles guy? That's really what it comes down to.
So
He's wearing a hat, but what's it saying? Heart there,
So
buddy.
I grew up a
What's it
diehard
saying?
Eagles fan.
Fly birds fly.
No, I've become like a diehard Pittsburgh fan. Just kind of adopted the city as my own, and kind of fell in love with it.
Speaking as a new Steelers fan, did you know that the Nesquik rabbit always wore clothes?
He does not.
Heard some rumors.
Hey, I got a secret for you. This motherfucker was naked, just walking around with a big ass chain on that said N. I'm just saying, man. And actually, as I mentioned during the break, I saw some sort of correlation between those clothed rabbits and the non-clothed rabbits. I'll let everybody do their own research, make their own opinions. But
Absolutely.
there's something fishy going on there, dude. And I don't know what it is.
Cheech,
I don't like it.
He's unraveling the conspiracy
I'll
theories
stand for it.
At home right now.
Fuck Nesby.
Sylvia.
Fucking A, dude. Jesus.
You know what?
Christ.
Somebody needs to have the balls to stand up to
Nestle?
Nesquik.
No, it's not just Nesquik, it's Nestle's,
I
bitch.
know, man.
Fuck that, man.
Yeah,
Fuck
you gotta
them.
cut it out at the root. Whatever, man.
Got started. You gotta start somewhere, buddy.
Absolutely. But no, but I guess, are you still pulling for the Eagles? Because I just saw you're doing a video with Juju on the Chiefs.
Yeah,
Do you have any loyalty to the Chiefs?
I'm pulling for the Chiefs just because.
Are you?
Yeah, I'd like to see Juju get that ring.
Yeah.
Just kind of becoming close with him over the past couple years. I've done some things with the Chiefs now 2 years in a row, so I'm pulling for the Chiefs this year.
Yeah. That's how I guess let's go with that train of thought, and then I'll ask you more cooking things in a minute. How did you kind of first get hooked up with a sports team, and then how did it kind of go from there? Because it seemed like almost like a domino effect, because there's so many different teams. I just listed a couple for them earlier, and there's at least 4 or 5 from each major sport.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of snowballed, kind of as the pandemic, like when things were kind of opening up a little bit, and everyone was sick of being at home, Right. At the same time, like I was blowing up on social media, like at the worst time, because I couldn't travel and do all these things. So I finally was like, all right, I got to do something with this new brand that I have. And I had some relationships with the Steelers and the Penguins, hit them up and was like, hey, can I make a batch of pasta at your stadium? And they were like, what the fuck? That's really weird. But, they said yes. So I did that. And then, kind of it got a little bit of traction. And then the Chicago Bears reached out and they invited me, but they didn't like offer to pay for anything.
Yeah.
Like no travel, no paying at all. But I was like, fuck it. I was like, this could be something. So I drove out there, did something with them, and then that kind of snowballed. While I was there, I did something with Benny the Bull, the White Sox, drove back, stopped in Detroit, did something with the Detroit Tigers, and then that's kind of when things just like...
Did you just leave with the intention on just doing the Bears?
Yeah, that was going to be my question. Did it just like, oh yeah, while I was in Chicago, like these motherfuckers hit me up too?
So like,
might as well just like making a fucking trip, you know?
Well, I'm on the south side.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, literally. Like as I was driving there, like every time I stopped for gas, I would just like, I was DMing like Benny the Bull and the White Sox, trying to get their attention.
Fuck yeah, dude, that's sick.
Benny the Bull wears clothes. Just so we're all clear.
I'm aware.
He wears the Bulls uniform, man.
I don't think that there was ever a time he didn't, actually. I think you're right.
We won't go too far on that route. Out of the Chicago teams, which one did you end up liking the most? The Bears, the Bulls?
Benny the Bull.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was fun. Just because like he is such a personality and like...
Is it the same person every time with Benny the Bull?
For Benny the Bull, yeah.
So
but he's got like, that dude has like a team of people that work for him.
Oh,
like,
really?
He's almost not associated with the Bulls at this point. Like
he's his own entity.
Really?
When we were like setting up, we were like doing the video, and at the end I had the ball of dough, and he's just like making some hand motions. I'm like, what the fuck is he trying to say? And his assistant comes over and he's like, he wants you to throw the ball of dough to him.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool, that's easy. We made the batch of pasta in front of the Michael Jordan statue. This motherfucker jumps over the glass, climbs on top of the statue, and they're like, he wants you to throw it behind your back. And I'm like, what if I hit the MJ statue? And sure enough, first try lands on top of MJ's head.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh. And they're like, this is great. This is awesome. Do it again. And I'm like, this just feels fucking wrong. But, so he was just a lot of fun. He just kind of let me do whatever. So it was cool.
I feel like I've seen a ton of videos of that motherfucker, of Benny the Bull, just like getting fucking nuts.
Yeah, there's like, a couple mascots that have just kind of like taken over.
Gone off
like,
the hinges.
There's a lot of these mascots that are just like acrobats.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, seeing
it's
some of them,
tight.
I couldn't imagine like jumping off a trampoline and dunking in front of people, let alone like in
a
full
fucking
equipment.
costume. That weighs an extra fucking 100 pounds.
Like I don't know that I could dribble with like a foam head over my face right now, let alone running and jumping and doing globetrotter stuff.
Yeah,
you got eye holes this fucking big, covered up by mesh. It's like, I got that. Yes.
Although there's nothing better than when a mascot kind of just gets destroyed somehow.
Right.
Fuck yeah, dude. They're always the asshole of the situation.
Like when they're running in front of like the paper that the team runs through, you always see that and they just get blown up. But so after your kind of Chicago trip, how did you get? I saw you were with the Dolphins. You were with a lot of other teams. So
yeah, it just kind of started. Team started. It changed very quickly from me hitting all them up to them reaching out to me.
Yeah.
And them wanting to like implement themselves into my videos. And it just kind of worked out that like I could almost travel to any city in the country for like there was like a 6-month period where I was in a different city every week, just kind of really like hustling and grinding, just trying to take advantage of the attention that was on my page and
How-
kind of see how far I could push it.
So say you show up at whatever stadium it is.
Yeah.
How would a normal day for you go?
What do you mean exactly?
Like as far as like shooting a video, meeting people, like getting there, they just have a team. They're like, okay, we have a camera set up for you over here.
Yeah, so it's all through me. Like it's we would like set up a phone call beforehand, but as long as they have a table and everything, I just kind of show up by myself, shoot everything by myself.
Yeah.
Up until like 9 months ago, everything was being shot on my phone.
Oh wow!
So it was like super like minimal type of thing. But yeah, I would just show up with a bunch of flour and a bunch of eggs that I somehow got on the airplane.
I was gonna ask, bro. Do you like just go grocery shopping like day of, or do you bring your?
It depends.
BYOE.
For a lot of them, I fly with the eggs.
Fuck yeah! You got specific eggs?
Really?
Is that why you fly?
There's certain eggs that look better on camera.
I was gonna
Fuck
say
yeah.
because all the yolks that you have are
you have
almost
like
like a darker yolk.
Yeah,
than,
You have like a-
super deep ones.
carry.
Do you have
Okay,
like,
yeah.
Do you have like a local farm or some shit that you like?
I don't know. I just buy them at the grocery store. It's a really good brand. I've used some like local like farm eggs and stuff, and they're
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
But like they taste great, but just for like visuals,
Inconsistent.
They don't
Yeah,
look
for
as
sure.
good, and
Yeah.
they're not as consistent.
Some will be yellow, some will be orange.
yeah, exactly.
They definitely do all look consistent. So how, when you're, I guess, how did you get involved on the pasta end of it? Because how did you get involved in culinary? I guess to start is the first part, and then from that point, what made you choose the route of pasta?
Yeah, so ever since I was a kid, all I've ever wanted to do was be a chef. I don't know why. Like no one in my family like was in the industry, but for whatever reason, like it was calling out to me. So kind of followed that through high school, worked in restaurants, went to culinary school, and then worked right in the industry. Started out down in Key Largo, Florida, working at a private club down there.
Yeah.
And then from there, just kind of like went really like hard on the fine dining route. Like I thought my career was going to be like 3 Michelin stars, one of the best chefs in the country.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's what I was set on. And I chased that for a while, and then I started getting kind of burnt out with that, as a lot of chefs do.
Right.
And then about like 4.5 years ago, I made a batch of pasta at home for my wife and I. And I had made fresh pasta before. Like I've come from an Italian background, but it was never my thing. But I made a batch of pasta at home, and it turned out really, really fucking good for whatever reason. Like, it was just good. So I went 64 days in a row of making a pound of pasta every day.
Oh wow. Fuck yeah.
And like while I was still working as a chef in a restaurant, so I'd work like 12, 14-hour shift, come home, make a pound of pasta, wake up, roll it out, and then just 64 days in a row of really trying to understand the craft and fell in love with it. So that's like 4 years ago, I kind of shifted towards working just in like pasta-focused restaurants. Because I thought, okay, I'm just going to be a pasta chef. This is going to be cool. And then about 3 years ago is when I posted to TikTok for the first time and kind of saw instant success. And that's when I kind of started focusing on that.
Yeah. That's how did
yeah, dude.
How did you make your way? You said you went from culinary school to Florida. How did you make your way kind of back up this way?
Yeah, so my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, she was living in Pittsburgh, working as a pastry chef up here.
I feel like I hear so many stories of like the kind of the normal kind of savory kind of grill chef, and then the pastry chef spouse. Like you see that.
You work fucking 12
working all the
12
time,
hours
right.
a fucking
I know,
day,
but I'm saying
dude.
you usually don't say here's the grill and the saute guy together, or guy and girl or whatever. It's
Because there's not there's not usually
I get it.
usually
That's
a
what I'm
grill or a
saying.
saute girl, dude. They're fucking out.
What are you trying to say, Cheech?
I'm not saying I've worked with women.
Yeah?
Women cooks for sure. They don't fucking.
You work with a lot of Nesquik rabbits that wear chains, or the ones that wear clothes?
A lot of them, bitch. They all wear chains, fucker. No, but it's always a fucking. They're always into the sweets, man. It's like general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
What was I saying? So, yeah, she was working up here at the time. So I left Key Largo for the first time to come up here, work at a restaurant. Worked here in Pittsburgh for like a little over a year. And then the club I was at before, they like kept calling me, trying to get me back, which was great because I was like 21 years old at the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, if you give my girlfriend a job, I'll come back. So they did.
Yeah.
So we went back there, worked there for like 4 years, and then kind of got over. It was a private club, so I kind of like got sick of it. And then that was, I guess, 2017. We moved back to Pittsburgh for good, and that's where we've been ever since.
Yeah. Do you think that Pittsburgh seems to be, because a lot of people are saying it's a pretty decent city for restaurants. Do you feel like it's up and coming, or do you feel like it's pretty decent, or where do you feel like it ranks?
I think it's up and coming still, but I feel like I've been saying that for 10 years.
I was gonna say, bitch has been up and coming for 10 years.
I feel like
Bob Nutting and you.
we're like,
yeah, I feel like Pittsburgh, like there's some like really badass chefs in Pittsburgh doing some like really dope things, but I just feel like the consumer of Pittsburgh isn't ready for like a bunch of the really cool shit and everything. And it's never gonna be like
as long as there's fries.
it's never
on the
gonna be
salad.
a fucking fine dining.
right. No, it'll never happen ever.
No, it wants places like D's, Six Packs, and Dogs.
Right.
That
I
has
love
fucking-
these.
And so do I. I have a whole I have a whole thing about that shit. But like, they want fucking dope, fucking hot dogs and
There's only
fried
so much you
chicken
can
and
do
fucking
here.
shit. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They like the French fries on the salad. Give me that. Kind
yeah,
of thing.
exactly. Yeah.
But
I think it's dope in its own fucking way.
Yeah.
I think
there's.
fucking
I
sick.
like having both.
Both what? Like
Like-
fine dining and
Yeah. I like bouncing back and forth. I was telling you,
Yeah,
I went
fuck
to
that.
Delaterra or whatever in
Yeah.
Zealand Opal the other day. I think they have handmade pasta, but I
Yeah, they
got
do.
some of their pizza or whatever. It was really good there.
they
but,
do good shit, dude. Fiore's not an idiot. He's
Yeah.
smart. For
Yeah,
sure.
but
He's a
I
good
mean,
chef.
there's some D's. I like I was saying, D's does really good food for like bar food.
That's
But, like,
what I'm
but
saying,
then
but
there's-
that's what fucking Pittsburgh
say, I feel
wants,
like
dude.
Pittsburgh
They want
nails that,
fucking,
too.
Yeah.
want fish's hook or it's hooks, fish and chicken,
Yep.
all over the fucking Mount Oliver. That's what they fucking want, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. Own it, dude.
There's
It's
nothing.
fucking good chicken, man.
absolutely.
I don't care what they do to those chickens in the back, man. It's fucking tight.
They're probably the ones putting out those good eggs, man.
Yeah.
Those deep eggs. So when you've been making pasta, have you? Let me think of how I want to say this. I saw a video of you infusing Coca-Cola into a pasta. How did that turn out? And then how do you feel about kind of pasta infusions in general, like squid ink, things like that?
Yeah,
do
so
have
that
it.
one was fun. That one happened. I was down with NASCAR at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Coca-Cola 500 or 600, whatever it was.
Makes a lot of sense.
And we were doing it, and the dude from their social team, he's like, "Hey, you mind pouring some Coke in there? It'll look good to our sponsor."
Yeah.
I was like, "Fuck it, whatever." And of course, like all my like pasta making friends like gave me shit. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "Listen, you would do it too."
Yeah.
No, so I mean, I've always had a lot of fun with like kind of not taking pasta making too seriously and like being able to like try different things with it, but also still like pay the respect to the craft of it, but also like trying to have fun with it. Like make pasta videos for TikTok. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm always kind of playing around with like I think tomorrow on my schedule I'm like making cinnamon toast crunch pasta.
Get out of here.
Oh, no fucking
you weren't.
shit.
Yeah.
Did you hear
What?
us talking about that?
No,
We
Oh,
were
that
talking
was
about
right.
cereal.
That
Yeah,
was
cinnamon toast
right.
crunch.
That's
yeah.
how we got into the Nest Quick
literally, it's
Talk.
in my studio right now. I have a box I just picked up the other day.
So wait, I gotta ask, like, are you putting it? Are you somehow incorporating it into the actual dough or just the dish?
So no, I'm gonna grind it down into like almost the
Nice.
flour mix.
What
with
are
the
you gonna
flour.
put in with it? Like, what are you gonna do with cinnamon pasta?
So I think I'm gonna
Like
make
tomato, like a bolognese type of
So
shit?
I'm probably
or-
gonna do like a filled pasta with like a ricotta that like I add like dry milk powder to and stuff
fuck
to kind of
yeah.
like
Okay.
cereal milk.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but we're gonna try it.
Heard, chef. Yes, chef. Can I have another?
That does. It's so funny you said that. We were just talking about cinnamon toast crunch because I was saying it was what's your favorite cereal? I was saying that was the best. Danii was saying Trix.
Yeah.
And Cheech, you said
I went waffle
Crisp.
crisp. Yeah.
I think it's either
Classic.
gotta be cinnamon toast crunch or Reese's Puffs.
Yeah. Oh, Reese's Puffs is solid.
I
too.
thought about Reese. Okay, so like we back to real quick. Back to cereal milk.
Yeah.
Cocoa Puffs, some of the best cereal
that's
milk
pretty
there
good.
is.
I
You
don't think
can't
it's
tell
even
me
the
I'm
best
wrong.
chocolate cereal milk. Count Chocula has better milk than Cocoa Puffs.
I don't know, man.
I think so.
What about Rice Krispies? We're forgetting about Rice
Rice
Krispies.
Krispies are
Or
fucking-
Cocoa Krispies. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Cocoa Krispies.
Cocoa Krispies. I've made
They get
panna
soggy.
cotta
They get soggy.
with
Crispy or
Cocoa
Cocoa
Krispies,
Pebble?
and this shit was dope. Huh?
You like the Cocoa Crispy or the Cocoa Pebble?
Crispy, man.
They're all the same things, just different layers of like thickness, pretty much. They're all like chocolate foam at a different? Is it like a rice foam or is it a
Nothingness.
ball foam?
Well, I was gonna say I think one is a rice and one is
Yeah.
a wheat,
Well, I don't
but
know.
I'm not positive about.
Who
that.
knows, man? To get back to we've divulged too much.
So next week we're gonna do we're gonna do a segment on ADHD and how it affects people.
Yes.
How I need more of my medicine, clearly, because it's not doing the trick.
It's doing a lot,
But to get back to it, Ryan, best cereal. Did
Cinnamon
you say?
Toast
Oh,
Crunch.
you said cinnamon,
Yeah.
toast,
Cinnamon
crunch
Toast Crunch,
or
for
Reese's
sure.
Puffs. I think those
I
are
can
the
back
two.
both those answers.
Yeah.
I think if I go to the store and can only buy 2 boxes of cereal, it's those two. Like, which ones can I buy and come home with?
Yeah.
I can buy 2. I think those are the 2 I buy.
How do we feel about Frosted Flakes though? Slept on,
I
right?
think it's consistently great. It's
Yeah,
really
thank you.
good.
Slept on, man. People see Frosted Flakes as like a 50-year-old, like.
I feel like Frosted Flakes is the best, like when you're at a hotel and you get the little tiny
Yeah,
boxes.
man.
It's like the best option.
Yep, so
Or,
fucking
you know.
good.
They're also one of the.
I like this guy.
Yeah. Frosted Flakes kind of get slept on as eating it dry out of those, too.
Oh, dude,
Okay. I
it
think it's
doesn't
better,
need
yeah.
milk.
Yeah.
Doesn't require milk,
Yeah.
dude. Doesn't require
That's what
milk.
the frosted on the flake
Is
does.
for,
It almost, it almost gives it the faux milk flavor.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably just
You
dry,
got to work that
evaporated
into some
milk
kind of
anyway.
ravioli. Yeah, you need to have a whole breakfast line of pasta. We'll talk about this off the air. Let me ask you this, and then we'll get into some news maybe.
All right.
And we'll get Ryan's take on some of it. What do you think is more important in your pasta dish? Is it to have a good homemade pasta, or does the sauce matter more?
The pasta, 100%.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
I just think that, I think when you have, I don't know. I think if it's fresh pasta, the pasta is. If it's dried pasta, then I think it needs to be the sauce. But fresh pasta, like if it's made really, really well, like there's a big difference between someone that really knows how to make pasta and someone that's just kind of half-assing it.
Yeah.
So like when you're like sourcing, like, and this is boring, but like when you're sourcing like the best flour and the best
Yeah.
eggs and like actually understanding like the point of every step of the process, like the end result is just, you can't compare it to anything.
Yeah. Which I don't
agree.
know that I want to say signature dish, but do you have kind of a favorite dish or a couple that you like to put out?
Not really at this
No?
point. No, I'm just kind of, I like playing with different stuff every day. And, everyone always asks me what my favorite thing is. Just, it changes every day, like depending what my mood is,
Yeah.
Fucking yeah.
All right. Danny, do you want to get into some of the news then?
Let's do it. It's a vibe. It's perfect.
I'm glad you liked it. I added that to the end of the music, so it'll be part of it forever
Oh,
now.
Fantastic. I love that
You're
so
never
much.
getting away from it.
Never, ever.
Never.
No,
To be fair, it's a vibe. So
it is. It's a vibe. So I'm sure everybody saw this over the weekend. Did we see the Chinese balloon that was shot down in Myrtle Beach?
Motherfucker should have been shot down over Alaska, but yeah. Fucking Chinese.
they got him right in the nick of time.
I just loved watching all the TikToks where like they're showing it and like Freebird is playing in the background. Like it just really was a perfect moment. Direct quote from someone that saw it. I did not anticipate waking up to being in a Top Gun movie today.
Giddy up.
It literally flew over, like, its course flew over every base that we produce fucking stealth technology at in the United States for like fighter planes and shit.
I bet if you just
So like
scroll
that
through-
makes a lot of sense.
I bet if you just scroll through TikTok, you can come up with a million other quotes.
Oh, for
that would
sure.
be better than just that. Some
That
more
was my
colorful
favorite one.
language, some interesting metaphors, probably. I don't understand. What did they even say that was? I was working.
It's got
all
a
weekend and
fucking
then-
camera on
have to
it,
get
and
every-
it just flew
Was it?
over our fucking country, and it's fucking owned by the Chinese. What do you mean?
I know, but I didn't hear anything about. I hear it in the car.
Spying on us, man.
Yes.
God
Well-
damn it.
They interviewed people in Myrtle Beach, and half the people there did not know either that it actively happened above them.
Well, no shit. They're all drunk. Like
gonna
three
say.
sheets to the wind.
You think they have where I left my phone on that camera, man?
You'd think so. You'd hope so.
It fell out at the Dizzy Dolphin down there.
I'll reach out to the Chinese and ask them, play that shit back to like 10 minutes before you get shot down. Check the restaurant down there. Yeah.
Down there. Do you have any more on that story? Just what was the
all.
quote? What was the quote? One more time.
What?
What was the quote?
I did not anticipate waking up to be in a Top Gun movie today.
Oh shit! Mic drop.
It's the most Danii quote that could have been picked out.
I can
of
picture
that
exactly
fucking
what that
post.
lady looked like.
She's like, this one is respectable enough to say on the air.
Just loved it. You know, I feel like it's something I would say.
Damn straight.
All right. Story number 2. Scientists are reincarnating the woolly mammoth.
Yo!
It's happening.
Dude,
fucking
we live in a simulation where this shit
And
just
the
like
dodo bird.
What can possibly be good from this, man?
They
That's what I'm
wanna
saying.
they
With
wanna
AI
release
and
it
all this
back
shit,
into the
We're gonna have
wild.
dinosaurs and robots that enslave the human race, man.
It's going to be good, guys. It's going to be great.
You're hearing me now in 2027 when we're enslaved by computers, man, and the Chinese weather balloons with woolly mammoths.
Damn straight, dude.
If I am not
That's what
riding a
I'm
woolly
fucking
mammoth.
saying. Dude, I'm
You
excited.
won't even be able to afford a Nesquik chain.
I will be excited about the dodo bird if that does happen. Though,
So how does that?
One of those.
I know they cloned a sheep or a goat like years ago, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that, yeah.
Okay, we're all scientists, so we'll just agree.
Yeah, obviously.
We'll just nod and say yeah.
This is my part-time gig. Yeah,
So what are they doing? Like
yes.
Jurassic Park style? They just found like woolly mammoth DNA, or they're gonna put it into
So they did, and they're going to
elephant?
put. Yes, so it's like an African elephant that they're going to implant the embryo of the woolly mammoth, and this is going to happen. It's going to fuck around and find out, guys.
just gonna be a surrogate
It's
elephant.
either gonna be a woolly mammoth or something seriously fucked up. Either way, just like put a bunch of guys with guns
Well,
behind.
I
me.
feel like
Yes.
I
You know,
read
if
somewhere.
it starts freaking out, just
Somewhere it was like the woolly mammoth was extinct like not as long ago as I thought.
It was like after the Ice Age.
Yeah,
thing
it was
happened.
like
It was still around. Yeah,
yeah, it was like people
It's just
on the
an
woolly
elephant.
mammoth were
Yeah,
fucking
it's just an elephant, man,
jiving.
Yeah.
with long hair. You know, just trying to stay warm out here.
those
prettier
damn
elephant.
elephants.
It's a more
I know
aesthetically
back in Nam
pleasing.
we didn't have no woolly mammoth. That's what I say about the woolly mammoth as I shake my fist at the Chinese weather balloon.
Woolly mammoth
Off
making a
my
comeback.
lawn.
I feel like if you're gonna bring a dinosaur back, that's a safe beginning of all of them. Like you don't
Not a
want
dinosaur.
You don't want to start with a raptor.
I don't think that
I
they're
feel like a woolly mammoth. I mean,
It's not a dinosaur, though.
Woolly, thank you. Woolly
yeah,
mammoths
but
are dinosaurs.
It's an elephant with
it's,
hair.
it's a stepping
you.
stone
Thank you.
in that direction. What, you think they're going to be like, okay, we got the mammoth, now we're cool? Wrong.
Don't think that they're gonna bring back T-Rexes and shit.
They're
man.
going to find shit, and then they're going to put it in a fucking hill monster
give me a
or some kind of reptile.
Give me a solid use for a fucking T-Rex.
And what
because
are they going to put that
Elon
embryo
Musk
in?
will want one. It doesn't matter, man.
The woolly mammoth can keep the elephant population going. What the fuck's a T-Rex or a raptor gonna do?
It
Literally.
doesn't matter. People will get bored. People will want to do something, man. You act like people will find a reason to destroy themselves eventually. That's
Not
this guy.
disagreeing, but
Yeah.
I think we're going off the deep end.
For
here.
somebody who doesn't disagree, he disagrees with everything. We have momentum. Fuck that. Go ahead.
My last story.
Cheech said, fuck the last story. We're going to end it.
Hashtag sports. Super Bowls this weekend.
That's right.
Chiefs, Eagles. I had to look that up. Rihanna's playing halftime.
Oh.
Which I read a article that supposedly a priest died, went to hell, and Rihanna was playing in hell. So
how do we know?
I don't know how true that is. But that's a little side
it
note.
checks out, I think.
I went on a very weird TikTok weekend.
Yeah, Cheech.
Yes.
You going to put any
Circle back
money on the
around.
Super Bowl? Do you like sports betting?
I've very recently thought into getting into it. Yeah.
It's a good time until you actually do it.
Yeah, no doubt. But I know you said that I fucking hate Patrick Mahomes a lot. So I hope Kansas City goes down in flames.
Ryan,
fuck him, dude.
You've met him. Have you
Fuck
met him
Patrick
by this
Mahomes.
point?
Mahomes?
No.
Okay.
What's your overall take? Have you done anything with the Eagles?
Yeah, not with anybody on the team. I did something at the stadium.
What's your take overall of each organization?
Like, which one's the best? Which one's the
Yeah, or like, which one did you enjoy the most? Like, which one did you go in and you were like, oh, I mean, were they both good to, I mean, or like.
Yeah, they were great. I mean, the Chiefs have been really great to me, so
Yeah.
side with them.
Okay.
Honestly,
that answers that question.
That's probably a little bit why.
No, but I mean, like, there could be people like you come
just
in
too
and it's
good.
like, oh, come on in, we're gonna do this, or it's like, oh, let's get through this for like this guy. Like, there are people who are like, okay, let's just push this out because this is what the executive's telling me to do. Versus like we're like a cool, welcoming kind of community.
Yeah, for sure.
But so you're pulling for the Chiefs.
Let's go,
Danii.
Chiefs.
You don't care at all.
Fly birds fly.
I'm excited for the halftime show.
Yeah.
It's usually why I'm there.
Where's your head at, Chris?
I usually I like Sirianni with the Eagles, but the same people that are Eagles fans are Flyers fans, and I can't let them have any joy.
You're so fucking right.
So I'm going with the Chiefs solely so Flyers fans don't have any joy.
That's fair.
That's the sole purpose. Other than that,
I'm holding true to Philly, man.
yeah, I like their roster. They have a good team. Their defensive line's solid. I like Jalen Hurts.
With any luck, the Philly fans will burn the city down. Then we won't have to deal with the Flyers or
Miles
the Eagles
Sanders
anymore,
is
my
a whippy
friend.
old guy, a Woodland Hills guy. So yeah, but I hope I win. That's who I want to win the Super Bowl. I hope
fair.
that my bets win, and I don't care.
Damn
after
straight, brother.
that.
Damn straight.
But Ryan, thank you so much for taking some
Yeah,
time to
dude.
talk
You
to
guys
us.
awesome.
Thank you.
Can you let everyone know who? I mean, I'm sure they have seen you and found you before, but anyone who would want to, my mom's friends, tell them where she can find you.
Yeah, it's Peters Pasta on TikTok, and then Ryan Peters PGH on Instagram, and it's pretty easy to find at this point. Just look for the eggs, and that's probably me.
Ryan, thank you so much. Danii, it's always a pleasure. It's
you for
always so
having me.
good to hear the news. It was so fun doing the mic with you on Tuesday. We will have to do more of that.
Definitely.
Cheech, it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
fuck your momentum.
Yeah, I know. We hate that. I'm going to send you a video on Yes and after this. We're going to see how that goes.
How about knowing?
We'll see. Yeah. Perfect. You see how it dead. Anyway,
yep.
Cheech, thank you so much.
Ridiculous.
I guess. Ryan, thank you again. Danii, as always, thank you. For the group, I'm Chris.
All I'm going to say is I'm so happy
Yeah.
that I was allowed to be part of your day.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. We hope you had a good time. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the show to catch the latest episodes and share with your friends. We can't promise not to embarrass you. And if you just can't get enough, follow us on Instagram at Poor Man's Podcast 412, Twitter at Poor Man's Pod 412, and Facebook. This is Pittsburgh's own Poor Man's Podcast, signing off. See you next week.
In my opinion, that sucked.
Woo! Woo!
Poor Man's Podcast, best podcast in Pittsburgh.